On this day in gaming,
Atari became the first company to file for U.S. copyright registration for two of their top titles, Asteroids and Lunar Lander. This event, June 17, 1980, would decisively bring about the end of interactive infringement once and for all. Yeah, right. No dissection of the history of the video game industry can dismiss the fact that its fun has forever been founded on forgery. Video game clones central to the development of some of the greatest franchises, characters, and genres, from the early lawless days of the 70s right through to the recent surge of independent gaming. Clones are at the core of the culture, but Atari's act of registering would mark some official semblance of legitimacy amidst what was otherwise a frontier of anarchy in the arcades. Games got ripped off so much it would make your head spin. Software lockout protection was years away. The primitive nature of the games at the time meant it was easier to copy a title's gameplay and graphics without being subject to stealing. And hey, you had a young industry that didn't yet rank very high on the respectometer with copyright offices and the courts. Arcade hits like Frogger were unashamedly cloned en masse. I mean, seriously, pick your clone. You got Froggy, Frog Hopper, Road Frog, Leap Frog, Road Toad. The popular Gunfight was cloned into Outlaw, Boot Hill, and Sheriff. And then you had Space Game clones. Oh man, the worst offenders. Space Invader ripoffs included Super Invader, Galaxian, and Phoenix, while Asteroids, despite the unprecedented copyright filing, would get its license looted with the release of games like Stardust, Sinistar, and Comet Busters. Pornographic titles suddenly became a commonplace video store item, tucked away, of course, third-party perverts having their way with code and getting away with the most obvious of obscenities. Basically what I'm saying here is the golden age was an anything goes era, and it was this very saturation of so many damn games and so many bad games and, lewd games that would ultimately bring about the infamous crash of '83. Of course, again, keep in mind that some of the most legendary licenses in the industry have been blatant unlicensed ripoffs of other licenses. All you have to do is look at one of the most classic icons, Donkey Kong? Where does that sound familiar? How about Ms. Pac-Man, which, believe it or not, was also an unendorsed derision of the chomping champion. Galaga, a clear Space Invaders clone, went on to gain its own following. And hey, Arkanoid, well, how many damn times has that been cloned? We still play it today on our mobile devices as Brick or some variation. In the rise of independent gaming in recent years, copyright infringement has become a new, different beast of an issue. Though there are undoubtedly still unashamed ripoffs, like clones of the massive Minecraft, or of Angry Birds, which was a clone of Crush the Castle, which was a clone of Castle Clout, up-and-coming indies have made a habit of acknowledging their influences, giving credit where credit's due. So it would seem that the industry's understanding that infringing has always been key to its survival has allowed sleight of hand to almost become legitimized as sharing. Again, only to certain lengths. To get around full circle here, with so much theft, what exactly did Atari's registration of Asteroids and Lunar Lander accomplish? Well, clearly in practice, not much. It wasn't so much a step in legitimizing licenses, but in legitimizing the industry itself, and giving it some credibility. Sure enough, only years later, when plumbers were putting the piracy-pilfered pieces back together again, Nintendo would introduce lockout chips in their NES, and developers like Ocean Software would go from making unauthorized counterfeits of Donkey Kong in '83 to producing a whole line of license-acquired movie-based games. Asteroids and Lunar Lander, the first games ever to be registered with the U.S. Copyright Office, June 17, 1980, this day in gaming.